Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to review another summerly, heavenly fragrance. And it's going to be Chanel again, and this time it's going to be, let's turn it this way around first, Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. And this is a twist and spray eau de toilette version. This particular version is very interesting because Chanel has initiated this sort of particular carry-around or purse version of their perfumes, not only for women, also for men. This is, however, allegedly a female perfume, even though I consider it to be totally unisex, obviously, as all perfumes are. So, first things first, what do we have here? Yes. This is a flanker of the Chance by Chanel. This one came out in 2010, and it is the more romantic version, if you like, of Chance because it's presented pink, liquid, as well as packaging. Now, 2010 is the year it comes out. Jacques Polge is the maker. I am washing clothes, so if you hear any weird noises in the background, sorry about that. That's the washing machine. From a distance, like far, far away, it's the washing machine. Anyway, this is how we open it. Well, actually, you don't need to open it. It's usually in a plastic foil when you purchase it, and then you just take this out, and this is your perfume, which you are going to use. And in these two compartments, you will have your two refills because it's 20 milliliter, 20 milliliter each. So it's a 60 milliliter package. Here you have 3 times 0.7 ounces or 3 times 20 milliliter. So what happens is on the side you get your little leaflet that shows you how to change your bottle once it's been used. So if anybody is buying these, I don't know, secondhand or whatever, and this leaflet is missing, you can just shoot the hell out of these instructions that I'm showing you right here. There you have it. This is how the refill looks. You see it has this like beautiful light pinky liquid inside. That's how this Chance Eau Tendre has been colored. And so it's not green, it's not yellow, it's pink, florally pink. Why? Well, because this perfume is a sort of floral. When you twist this open, your spray comes out. You just pull it out if you need to exchange the bottle, and then you take the spray off and you click it onto these little things here. But enough about refills. Let's get to the spray, to the actual perfume, shall we? So let's put it back in. Twist it inwards. You have the Chanel Chance inscription on top, and we're opening it, and let's spray it here. Oh wow, it's so fresh and clean. I love this fragrance so much. I actually prefer this one to the original Chance because the original Chance has a bit of something that's heavy and typical for Chanel in the opening notes of Chanel that kind of bites you a bit more. This one right off the bat does not bite at all. It does not have anything aggressive about it. Many people say that it actually doesn't smell like anything. It's innocuous, meaning it's not dangerous. It doesn't have a strong character. So not being such an intense, strong perfume, anybody can wear it. I totally disagree with this, by the way. But before we get to why I disagree with this, let's read the notes. As we said, it is a floral, fruity interpretation of Chance. Top notes are quince and grapefruit. Middle notes, hyacinth and jasmine. Base notes, amber, Virginia cedar, iris, and musk. And of course we have the iris, musk, and the cedar, and those are typical kind of statement signature ingredients for Chanel perfumes. So you will find them sooner or later in every Chanel perfume. This one has them in the base notes. However, be the case. as we all know, me and grapefruity, citrusy scents, they just don't stick to me. They evaporate. They run away from me like from poop. So I do not have citrus feel at all on my skin. However, this one, I smell the hyacinth, the jasmine. They're there already. And it envelops me like a soft cloud of cotton candy, but cotton candy, not the cotton candy that suffocates you once you eat too much. It's just your fingers become sticky and your palate becomes sticky and all of you become sticky. Now this one is different. This one, if cotton candy didn't have sugar, but just the feel and the tactile feel of it in your mouth as well, that's what this perfume would be. It's not sweet. It doesn't have that sweetie, cloying touch that maybe Coco would have, or that Coco Mademoiselle would have. This one is more to the point, way more sophisticated, and understated. Now this understated is often taken for the lack of character, as many people say that it has. But it doesn't lack in character at all. It rather emphasizes your character. It's one of those rare Chanel perfumes that actually allow your character to shine. It's subdued that way that it stays there in the background, constantly underlining your character, your personality, your strength, your positive sides, your virtues. And that is something that not very many perfumes have. And that is also something that I've noticed that not very many perfumers are capable of doing, because most of the time perfumers, in order to also to prove themselves constantly on the market and within, their elite of perfumer friends and colleagues, they kind of tend to exasperate their own personality and character, and they want to kind of underline over the top the quantity of their character within the certain fragrance. So many of them make that mistake oftentimes to kind of push it over the brink, over the edge with the perfume, and kind of make it all about themselves. And that's where the ego plays a big part. And I think Jacques Paul, who is the maker of this perfume, really managed to limit his ego extremely well and just let this perfume shine together with the chemistry of the wearer's chemistry. Oh my God, I'm losing my words, guys. So by saying that, I'm not saying that Jacques Paul always managed to kind of put himself in the background and put a perfume in the forefront, but he did manage with this one. And Eau Tendre, as the name says, means it's tender. And that tenderness, some other perfumer would have also turned that tenderness into something cloying. I'm sure there's like different ways of doing it, and you could do it. But he managed to really, really balance it out so well. It doesn't just smell clean, but sophisticated at the same time. It still smells rich, like all Chanel perfumes do, even though it doesn't suffocate you with this opulence, with this decadence. It's not a decadence, richness, and luxury, but rather a luxury that is related to the desire of living a comfortable life. By comfortable, I mean wearing clothes that are always comfortable, nothing restraining. So we're not talking about, John Galliano corsets or Gaultier corsets. We're talking about easy flowing fabrics. We're talking about old school Chanel. We're talking Chanel from the 20s. We're imagining, not that I mean that this perfume reminds us of the 20s. No. We're not talking about number 22 or Cuir de Russie. You could check out those reviews up above if you like, if you haven't already. We're talking about textiles and fabrics that Coco used after she, stopped just producing hats, because as we all know, she started with hats, first of all, and then moved on to apparel as well, clothing. So she experimented a lot with comfortable fabrics for women, flowing, simple, comfortable jerseys, silks as well, but mostly jersey. Because silk still today has that connotation that could be taken the wrong way. It could be seen as an arrogant, kind of decadent, bourgeois comfort. And in fact, I don't wear a lot of silk. I think silk stains very easily. So to me, it's not very comfortable just psychologically when I wear silk. I love it on a scarf, but to have a silk shirt, it's a bit tricky. Silk is a tricky material. But jerseys and cottons and everything that is kind of stretchy and breathes with your skin is amazing. It's comfortable. It's a luxury that means luxury as in comfort. And nowadays, to have any sort of comfort in what you're wearing, how you're behaving, how you're walking, how you're interacting with people, that's luxury. To me, at least. So this perfume definitely represents that comfortable, dry. In fact, I'm wearing a very, very comfortable, easy breathing cotton shirt right now in very light tones. In fact, it's a bit overlit, but as you could see, if I kind of create a bit of shadow, I kind of matched it with the perfume, or tried to at least. You have these shades of light pink, like a white tone, and the light gray pearlescent. In fact, here we have the pearl as well. Let me just run down a little bit so you could see more of this pearly effect on the packaging. That light shimmer that is not glitter, but it's just a pearlescence, is what this perfume is all about. Let me put you up again. And hello, welcome to Overexposed Light. I'm so bad at this, guys. Sorry about that. Anyway, pearl. Now we're talking pearl here. And in fact, the bottle itself is very pearlescent. This is the quintessential pearl perfume. We know that Chanel made a limited edition en fleur de Chanel, like how a camellia flower, camellias don't smell, but if a camellia would have a scent, how would it smell? It would smell like en fleur de Chanel. So Chanel has made the gardenia as well. All perfumes that are very dear or were very dear to Coco Chanel herself. If Chanel had made a perfume that smelled like a pearl, that would be Eau Tendre. And in fact, here we're getting to the heart of this review. The heart of this review being pearl. I do not believe that Chance by Chanel had, justice served, because it should not have been released as a flanker. It indeed should have been released as its own release, and it should have been called, Chanel Pearl or Pearl by Chanel. This definitely smells pearly, watery, sophisticated. Like one of my favorite Lagerfeld for Chanel collections in the nearest of the past. So as of late was the Spring Summer Pret-a-Porter 2012 collection, all kind of set underwater in this pearly landscape. Florence and the Machine were like singing live at the show, and you had these gorgeous models coming out dressed in kind of what Lagerfeld envisions as a Chanel mermaid look. They were kind of walking the catwalk, the runway, as Chanel mermaids with wet hair as if they just came out of the water, and they would come out of this ginormous pearl walking down this white catwalk that seemed as if it were covered with crushed pearls. So everything was pearly white and iridescent, and this is Eau Tendre is the pearl perfume par excellence. So if you do ask yourself, how can a pearl smell? Granted, you're not just taking it out of the ocean. You have this stinkiness of kind of a shell or whatever, a clam or whatever, algae or whatever can come along with it. No, we're just talking about sophisticated scents here. Eau Tendre is pearl. It's not a Chance flanker. It's a perfume in its own right, and it deserves more respect, definitely. Let's see how it developed for now, or up to now. Gorgeous. I do have to say, though, it has a tingly touch of 90s as well. And by that, I mean there is something extremely similar in its kind of quick dry down, because I didn't give it the right amount of time to kind of dry down. But I have worn it before, so I know what I'm talking about here. Of Classique by Jean-Paul Gaultier, the Eau de Toilette version. There's something in the dry down that's very similar. And you could check out the Classique review up in the section, cart section up above. I reviewed the Classique as well. So I really know what I'm talking about here, because There's a similarity that unites the two, and it's not necessarily in one specific ingredient, but rather the attitude. Not just does it smell like a pearl, but it also has that, like Gautier described his classique perfume. If you're in an old school French theater and you have that smell of powderiness in the air, of the makeup used by the actors or actresses and lipstick, and there's some sort of chemical powderiness in the air, they both have that. Classique and Eau Tendre both share that. And it's an amazing emotional feel to experience that, because it not only catapults you back to the 90s, but it also, you know, makes you kind of dream and think a little bit more about what you're wearing, and it makes you kind of associate whatever you see outside and whoever you encounter outside while you're wearing this specific fragrance. It makes you associate it kind of to different images and memories, very Proust-like, and it also gives you, it makes you a little bit, you ever know that feeling when you're wearing a perfume, sometimes you have the feeling that you're acting as well, because you have the feeling you're in a role in a movie, and the perfume is just kind of everything that surrounds you. It's the lights, it's the cameras, it's the soundtrack, it's the right music, ambience, everything. And you just go for it and you live that dream that lasts maybe just a fraction of a second. But it's your dream, and it's there underlined and mesmerized and pushed up above and elevated thanks to the perfume. And that's actually why we all dream and buy perfumes at the end of the day. It's because they make us really dream and fantasize. And they make us live in a world that is tailored, custom tailored to us, to our needs, to our specific dreams. So that's the positive thing about Eau Tendre, definitely. That it does give you that whiff of elevation. It makes you feel like if you could ever live in a pearl, you would live in this pearl. And that pearl would be a fabulous house when there is no need for night and day, because the inside of the walls of this house are just emanating light from everywhere. And it's a soft, subdued light, and it's pearly and fluffy and cloudy and amazing and soft. It's like that cotton candy I mentioned at the beginning, but without the sugar. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this review. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Share this video with other fellow human beings that you love and care for. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you wish to see more. I love you all. See you tomorrow. Bye.